Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, I am the Neural, and welcome to our first Cosmoteer tournament, War for the Cosmos Millionaire Edition. If you don't know what Cosmoteer is, stick around and find out. It is a 2D shipbuilding game, still in its early development stages, reason why it's free, but it's already a ton of fun. In this tournament class, we will be pitting 16 user-submitted ships against each other with a budget limit of 1 million space bucks. Other than that, no holds barred. Now let's head on to the brackets, find out who's fighting who, and get to the space carnage. Quick overview of these brackets for the 1 million space bucks category. It'll be the same for all categories. If you're not aware, I am hosting 60, 80, 160, 500,000, this the 1 million Spacebucks tournament, and 3 million the Mothership class tournament. The 500,000 is gonna be up fairly soon, and here we have it, our 16 contending admirals. This will be a ship versus ship tournament, one ship each. The 60,000 and 80,000 Spacebucks tournaments will have more than one ship per admiral, but in this case it's 1 versus 1 and a 3-round match, so best of 3 rounds. We're gonna start off here with Madriad versus Cool Rocco 101, the Scatterbot and the Behemoth 5. Now kicking off the War for the Cosmos Millionaire Edition tournament, we have Scatterbot versus Damage 2 from Madriad and Cool Rocco. So let's pick up the Scatterbot. Actually, I'm using the tournament helper. So Madriad, you have the Scatterbot, and Cool Rocco has the Damage 2. Let's load them up. Confirm that they're both within budget, and let's take a look at them, shall we? Real quickly. Scatterbot, interesting design, a splitter with some point defense on the edges here, then some cannons and some what are these called? Electro bolts. I always forget. Interesting design, yes. Each of these independent components seems to be completely independent, so they have engines all around. And the main portion of the Scatterbot seems to be strictly a missile boat with engines, enough engines to apparently keep its distance from any targets. And the Damage 2 by Cool Rocco seems to be comprised entirely out of cannons. Lots of ammunition factories. Seems like enough crew and some electro bolts in a sort of a nom-nom style. Interesting design, interesting choice for the engines here. Very nice. Let's see how this plays out. Let's select them and go. I really don't like the auto cam. Alright, so for the first engagement, I'm gonna take a look at this closely. We'll see what are the ship's strengths and weaknesses, and we'll move on from there. For the second and eventually third matches, we'll probably make things go a bit faster. Oh my god, Scatterbot! One of the Scatterbot's independent ships got completely massacred. The second one got massacred too, but the Damage 2 is now offering its flank to one of the Scatterbot's little minions, and the main ship is managing to keep its distance. The Damage 2 is having trouble there with lots of fires, although it does seem like the crew is managing to put them out, but it cannot really handle this little minion from Scatterbot, and it doesn't seem like it's able to be in range of the main portion of the Scatterbot, which seems to be maintaining its distance fairly well. Oh! One cannon shot from the Damage 2, but not exactly a volley, and now it is being torn apart from the back. Indeed, the Scatterbot splitting technique seems to have gotten the best of the Damage 2 by Cool Rocco. Well, this is how it will play out. The damage is trying its best to maneuver here, but it doesn't seem like it'll go anywhere. Let's play this at double speed. I don't think we're gonna be witnessing any surprises anywhere here. Let's see how it plays out. The damage too seems to be outmatched here. Yes, indeed. Well, I'm gonna call it here. Let's move on to round 2. Round 2 of the Scatterbot versus the Damage 2. I wonder if the first match was a fluke or if we'll actually witness the Damage actually owning the Scatterbot, because these volleys are immensely powerful. You can see the Scatterbot just being torn to shreds there. It's already down to 3 minions, but 3 minions might just, well, 2. This little minion isn't exactly going to do anything. But there you have it. The Scatterbot really only needs one of these little buggers to get behind the Damage 2 and start dishing out some pain. After that, it might very well be GG. The Damage 2 did take some damage here. It has lost a few cannons, although nothing it can't handle, it seems. These little bits of armor in front of the ammunition factories are doing their work, but there you have it. This little Scatterbot minion is just plowing away at the reactors and the ammo factories, just brutalizing the damage, while the missile boat itself, keeping its distance with that superior thrusting power towards the back there, just keeps pounding away at the Damage too. This is painful to watch now, but it looks like we're gonna have the same result indeed. Let's speed this up here. And we've reached a point where the Damage 2 is dead in the water. It's been splitting off, it's going down. Indeed, the Damage 2 could not hold its own against the Scatterbot. Well done to both contenders, Cool Rocco and Madriad. Cool Rocco, thank you for playing, but this is unfortunately goodbye. Madriad, you will go on to round 2. Going over the brackets now, round 2 we have Admiral Rodriguez's Citadel versus Filipe Vieira's Portuguese ship, which has a long name and the game was not happy with it. I had to shorten it. But now I'm noticing that Admiral Rodriguez did not respect the $1 million or 1 million spacebuck budget here. So I have a couple of options. I can either disqualify the Citadel, or I can go in and make it 1 million spacebucks. We all came here to watch a fight, so I think that's what I'm gonna do real quick. And for some reason, Admiral Rodriguez added FTL drives to his ship, so let's just get rid of them. There you go. Everyone's within budget now. Admiral Rodriguez versus Filipe Vieira, a fellow countryman of mine. We're both Portuguese. Go! The Citadel, a clear broadsider with a couple of cannons and some missiles. The Portuguese ship is all about that frontal assault. Ooh, this is gonna be an interesting engagement. Because the Citadel has the ability to actually turn when it has one side damaged and show its other side to the opposition, while the Portuguese ship only has this. Once the front starts getting pounded, it's going down. It is going down, so definitely an interesting encounter to watch. Ooh, the Citadel suffering and losing its ion beams. Oh, the Citadel is going down! The Portuguese ship just mercilessly pounding it, and these little bits of armor in front of the Portuguese ship's reactor cores are doing their job. Indeed, what a massacre. Did not expect that, did not see that coming. Wow, that was really quick. Felipe Vieira, the Portuguese ship doing work. Let's see if this carries on to round 2. Whoa. And again, Cosmoteer being Cosmoteer. Alpha game, we still love it. But, doesn't look like it. Round 2, go! Oh no! The Citadel is not respecting the rules of this tournament and wants to flee! Ah, there you go, now it felt like engaging. Alright, let's see what happens here. Let's see where exactly the damage happens. We have here, see, this is the thing with broadsiders, they only ever have half their firepower aimed at the opposition, while a ship with all its power at the front has all its firepower aiming at the opposition. So yeah, there you go, it just chews through that armor. And indeed, oh no, the Portuguese ship had one of its reactor cores blown up and now it is on fire. Let's see if Felipe Vieira remembered to put in fire extinguishers. He did! Very, very well thought. Yes, this is where you win or lose long battles. Right here, you can see such easy access. That entire section was on fire and it is no longer, there is no more Citadel. The Portuguese ship wins. Very well done on the both of you. Admiral Rodriguez, I am so sorry that I saw you put in those FTL drives, but you were over budget anyway, so I just got rid of them. No harm done to the overall design of the ship. Felipe Vieira, congratulations, you move on to round 2. Round 3 of the War for the Cosmos Millionaire Edition tournament, we have the Ion Frigate by Coln's Hound and the Erasmus by Teg. Let's see what these guys are up to. The Ion Frigate, true to its name, 4 ion beams, some point defense, and lots of electro bolts. That is a smart move. Ion beams do not handle shields well. This is a very smart move, and lots of thrusters to boot. What does the Erasmus hold in store, I wonder? Lots of shielding, lots of electro bolts and cannons. These engines are not going to cope well against the Ion Frigate. Let's find out. Ugh, yes, autosave all you want. Let's keep our distance here and see how each ship manages to keep their distance. Unfortunately, the AI isn't great at maintaining distance. Otherwise, I believe the Ion Frigate would do a bit better. Indeed, it loses most of its firepower fairly soon, and now all it has is electro bolts, which can whittle away at the Erasmus's shields, but can't really do that much damage. The Ion Frigate is in pain, and it does look like it has sensors. Why does the Ion Frigate have sensors, I wonder? Well, sometimes you just don't have anything to do with those extra 20,000 space bucks. Indeed, the Erasmus annihilates the Ion Frigate. Not even a scratch. Not even a scratch on the Erasmus. The Ion Frigate is toast. Let's just witness the bridge going down. And there you have it. The Erasmus wins. Let's restart the battle, swap them over, and see if we can repeat the results. I do not believe so. Or I believe so. I don't believe we're gonna see any different results here. Indeed, the Ion Frigate manages a significant alpha strike, but unless those those electro bolts are aiming at the same thing that the ion beams are aiming for, it's just not going to work. Indeed, these cannons paired with the few electron bolts or electro bolts on the Erasmus just completely chew through anything that the ion frigate could put in their path, and there you have it. Reactors start going up, and I do believe this is farewell to the ion frigate. Colon's Hound, your design was interesting, but it just couldn't hold up. Now the ion frigate just, yes, deciding to take out that very dangerous looking piece of point defense and armor. But the ion frigate just simply cannot fight back. And there you go. One extra alpha strike just to make things just painful enough. Erasmus is the winner. Tag, you move on to the second round. Colon's Hound, thank you for playing. Third match of this tournament, we have the WD-40 by Highlander versus the Smile by NSA. Let's take a look at their ships. For some reason, they're always starting back to back. No harm done. It is the same for both ships. And we seem to have a combination of a missile boat and large cannon with a couple of electro bolts and small laser blasters and some point defense. A very interesting design. 773,000, a very interesting take on this. You don't actually need to be close to 1 million. You can fight this with a 10,000 Spacebox ship if you want. Let's see if it pays off for Highlander. NSA with the Smile is all about the big guns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 large cannons, brute force versus interesting tactic. Let's see where this takes us. And let's actually see where this brute force shows its strength, which will be in the Alpha Strike. Oh, it just missed the shields. The WD-40 needs to have those shields pointed straight up, or it'll get completely annihilated. Oh, indeed. Oh, it loses a cannon, but it is still up. Fires are spreading, and the WD-40 does not have sufficient fire control. This is a major flaw, as we've seen before with the Portuguese ship. Fire control is a must, and the Smile just keeps on banging. The WD-40 still has some missile shooting capabilities. It can still do some damage. Ammo stores running low, or ammo production running low, but ammo stores are still there for the Smile, and it just keeps ripping into the WD-40. This is painful to watch. Now it's almost all armor. The WD-40 is dead in the water. Indeed, there goes its last cannon. It still has a missile bay, and the crew is still hard at work. There is still something to be done. We will see this play out, and indeed, the Smile pays off. Brute force. Maybe it was just too much of a budget difference. Let's restart the battle, swap seats, and see how this goes the second time around. Who knows? Who knows? I'm confident that the Smile will still make it. That is just a whole lot of brute firepower, but the WD-40 is getting on its flank. The WD-40 is going to shoot now. I wanted to... there you go. I wanted to watch the front. Indeed. The WD-40 just simply can't match. It is an interesting design, but it doesn't have the raw firepower needed to conquer these overlapping shields. It's just too much for the WD-40. It does manage an interesting... Whoa! Did I speak too soon? Did I speak too soon? That is a whole lot of ammunition on fire, reactors, and energy cells. Does the Smile have the fire control capabilities to deal with this? The WD-40 is blowing up too. This is not good for either side. Not good at all. The Smile finally taking out the WD-40's firing capabilities. It does still have fires raging, explosions everywhere. Seems like the crew has it under control now. The WD-40 still has a not working. It still has missiles. It still has missiles and the control room. Did the WD-40 win this match? I think it did. I think it did. The Smile does not have any firing capabilities. The WD-40 does have firing capabilities, flight capabilities. I think the WD-40 won this one. Indeed, indeed. It only needs to destroy the control room. Let's speed this up and see how it plays out. Yes, I am calling it. This is just a matter of time now. The control room is just the control room and the reactor. We have a tie, ladies and gentlemen. Our first. Let's go for the last match between these two. Restart and swap. Go. Very interested to see how this will play out. Smile versus the WD-40. Brute strength versus risk-taking. Oh, this just kills the WD-40 because its shields go beyond the Smile's main weaponry, and it just kills it. However, it does mean it can do some damage to the Smile's insides. It is now struggling for power. What will happen next? Oh, the Smile! The Smile is... Oh! Oh dear, the Smile is in pain. The Smile is in pain, and the WD-40 seems to have it in the bag, and indeed disarmed and control room gone. The WD-40 wins, turns things around, and goes on to the second round. Very well done, Highlander. NSA, a very interesting design, showed promise, but in the end just couldn't quite keep up. Thank you very much for playing. WD-40, Highlander, you move on to the second round. Next up, we have the Arrow class cruiser by Ostrich versus Stout Gaming's Vindictor. Let's take a look at the ship's Arrow class cruiser. Indeed. Indeed, a broadsider, an interesting broadsider, but a broadsider nonetheless. Lots of cannons, lots of missiles. Ooh, this is gonna be interesting. Interesting. And the Vindictor, which seems to be all about armor and a few lasers at the front. Ion cannons here. Ion cannons towards the back. Interesting design. I think this is a good design to battle the AI. Let's see how these ships behave. Interesting shielding here. How will the Arrow class cruiser cope? The Vindictor is really very similar to the Cerberus here, a similar strategy. Oh dear lord! Let's make it happen, Captain! There we have it. Very strong missile alpha strike. Couldn't quite get through those shields, and Now it's the Vindictor's turn. How will this play out? Looks like the Vindictor is taking the damage very well. Yeah, all that armor is paying off. Just getting whittled away, but it can afford to be whittled away at the front there. Now it's all about the armor. Oh, still 3 shields to go by the Vindictor, and in the meantime the Vindictor is suffering. The Vindictor is in excruciating pain. Oh! Oh! Torn apart! Completely torn apart. I think the Vindictor is dead in the water here. Where is the control room? The control room is just there. Let's just focus on it. Control room, right there. Lots of fires, no weaponry. Well, nope, it still has a couple of lasers there and some shielding. Oh, it just put itself right in the line of fire, and the Vindictor, the Arrow class cruiser, is gone. Vindictor takes the cake this time around. Let's swap them over and go. Come on, let's just make things happen a bit more quicker. A bit more quicker, that's a thing that I've just said. Yeah, see, the Alpha Strike from the Arrow class is very strong, but in the end it's just not enough to break through 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not sure if maybe it's even 5 layers of shields and all this armor. Wow. This design, the Vindictor's design, is really strong. It is really, really strong. Yep. Barely a scratch, taking into account the full extent of all its armor and shields. Barely a scratch. The Arrow class cruiser is just gone. Thank you, Ostrich. It was a very cool design, but in the end, couldn't quite keep up. Stop gaming, you move on to the second round. Moving on over to the second to last encounter from the first round, we have Ultrarak's Death Ray 1300 versus Taurek's Bricknot. Ultrarak, show us what you got. Wow, that's a lot of ion cannons, and those will not be shooting for long. Unless that crew is really working on it. I wish you luck. I wish luck to Ultrarak. It is a very interesting design here, a very bold design with lots of missiles. Holy crap. And Taurek's Bricknot, just cannons, baby. Cannons and shields all the way. Let's see how these two fare. Let's just speed this up here till first encounter. Looks like we're about to see action. Let's just get rid of this. Oh, that is. Thank you for autoset. That is a lot of cannon. Oh no! I have no favorites, but this is just mean. Holy crap! All right, Bricknot, you've made your point. Restart and swap. Go. Let's just see him start this up. Death Ray, it's... The AI is not easy on you. Yep, yes. Oh dear. Oh dear. This has got to break some sort of rule. Holy crap. Ultrarak, it was a really interesting design, but versus this strong an Alpha Strike, yeah, couldn't expect more, really. Thank you very much for playing. Taurek, you move on to round 2. Moving on now to the actual second to last match of the first round, we have Nanoboy 458's Bat against Creeper Industries' Zantian. Let's take a look at the Bat, which is 712,000 space bucks. Missiles, some side protection, a very good looking ship actually. Yes, indeed, the Bat is appropriate, very well done. Careful with the aesthetics there, I appreciate that. Some ion cannons and missiles. Let's see how it fares against Creeper Industries' Zantian, which is a broadsider with cannons. Ladies and gentlemen, in tournaments, you don't need FTL drives. We will tow your ship. We just want to watch them fight. 1 million space bucks on the money. Let's see how these both fare. The Zantian does not seem to have that much raw firepower. I wonder how it will cope against the Bat, which incidentally isn't that much heavy on the firepower either, except for that initial alpha strike. However, the Zantian does have a crap load of armor. It is a very well armored ship, and it seems to be taking the Bat seriously enough to obliterate any hope this ship could have of putting up a decent fight. Wow! Wow, Zantian. Whew. Yep. Like I said, if you pay your homage to the Minecraft gods, it will eventually pay off. Whew. I do believe the Bat is dead in the water here. I say that a lot, I know, but it is one of the... Yep, there it goes, It is one of the requirements for a match to be won. Zantian wins the first match. Let's swap him over and have him fighting. Again, I am curious. Let's take a look at the Bat this time around. Close, they're close. Indeed, the Bat does pull off a fairly serious alpha strike there with its missiles, but it can't quite keep up. And in the meantime, as soon as it loses one component, it's just mad explosion after explosion. Wow, it already lost its control center. It can't really do much. The Bat was a very interesting design indeed, but in the end it couldn't quite keep up with the Zantian. A lot of armor does pay off, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're learning here. Nanoboy458, thank you for playing in the Millionaire edition of the War for the Cosmos tournament. Creeper Industry, you advance to the second round. Last match of the first round, Cosmic Horror with the Mantis 4 and Mr. Electric 160 with the Scipio. Let's take a look at these ships because they look freaking awesome. I want to see the outside. Ooh, the Mantis looks bad freaking ass. Lots of ion beams, lots of missiles, and that seems to be it. Shields and armor. These armor spikes are really valuable. Do not underestimate these things, because they can offer a whole bunch of protection, provided the ship isn't sideways. And Mr. Electric's Scipio, a broadsider with enough armor and shielding to look like it can withstand quite a fight. Let's see how they work. Oh, thank God, they're moving against each other fairly soon. Alright, let's see what happens here. Ooh, point defense and shielding, keeping the Scipio safe. Oh, the Mantis. The Mantis isn't designed for that. It needs to get back. It doesn't have that much thrusting power. Takes a while for it to get to where it wants to be, but Now that it's there, I wonder if it will keep up its assault on the Scipio. It does look like, oh, it is out of power. It is out of power. It might not be able to secure this simply because it cannot sustain its firepower, while the Scipio is just switching sides, getting damaged and low on ammo, switch sides and keep on going. Looks like this is Alpha Strike for the Mantis versus sustained firepower from the Scipio. I tend to bet on sustained firepower. Let's see how it plays out. The Scipio is taking damage right now. Oh, and it does have its ammo stores exposed here. However, it can just switch sides and keep on going. I wonder how this will play out. It's still, those missiles are just chewing into her. The point defense just can't quite keep up. Indeed, indeed. It looks like the Mantis might take this one home. Ooh. Unsure though, unsure. This seems like it'll be sort of a prolonged fight. Oh, the Scipio is torn into, whereas the command center is on this side, so this side, the aft section of the Scipio is just floating around. Let's see what the forward section of the ship is capable of. Doesn't seem like it'll be able to do much against the Mantis. Yep, there goes its only cannon. It is now only point defense and 2, 3, 4, 5 electro bolts. Oh, but it does still have a couple of cannons, and it is dishing out paint to the side of the Mantis, causing some explosions in the process. Ooh, just not enough shielding to actually sustain that damage again. Sustained damage is key. Wow, this is murdering my throat, but I will power through it. The fight is going. The fight is still going, and the dead portion of the Scipio is not giving up without a fight, still dishing out damage on the Mantis. Will the Mantis hold? It's on fire, and I do not see people holding fire extinguishers. Hold on, maybe. Oh! Oh, whoever was there. Oh, this brave little soldier. Oh, it's a massacre on both sides. I don't know which way this will sway. Wait, where's the... Yep, the control room is still there. The Mantis has broken apart, and the control room is in danger of getting burned down. How will this play out? If the Scipio just survives for long enough for the Mantis's control room to burn down, and it disarms it, it will win. Doesn't look like it. We do have a crew member putting out flames here. He's struggling. He is struggling. Wow, what a hard-fought battle here on both sides. Wow. How will this play out? The fires are still raging on the Mantis. The Scipio, whoa, I just saw an explosion there. But it does seem like it is still at least half functioning. But so is the Mantis. So is the Mantis. It is still dishing out those missiles, and it does have missile production capabilities. Now I'm not sure if the Scipio will be able to hold up. Wow, let's speed this up. I won't speed this up to 4 times because I've heard missiles tend to glitch out. But we will see how it holds up on 2 times speed. It does look like the Scipio is dead. But the Mantis does still have fires raging, seriously raging there. Ooh. How is it looking? Okay. The Mantis has a couple of fires, but nothing close to the control room now, while the Scipio... Did it lose its control room? It did. The Scipio is down. Scipio is down, no weapons, no control, no command capabilities. Yep. Now it's only a matter of seeing if the Mantis has control. It has flight capabilities, and it has firing capabilities. I'm calling it. This match is the Mantis. Let's move on to round 2. Wow, that was hard fought. Round 2, go. Let's take it out of 2 speed. Twice the speed. There we have the Mantis's trademark Alpha Strike, not dishing out a whole lot of damage. I am so curious right now. I am so curious. I want to see the picture-in-picture. There you go. So we do have the Scipio holding on, but so is the Mantis. Let's get rid of this. These two are just... This reminds me of a boxing match I watched many years ago. Vander Holyfield versus Ruiz. Something Ruiz. Super heavyweight. It was like watching, I don't know, 2 semi-trucks banging at each other head on and seeing which one gave up first. This reminds me of that match. It is just, they are just 2 such resilient ships. It's just that it does look like the Mantis can just barely keep up that sustained firepower, which is normal in a ship that relies this heavily on missiles. So does the Scipio. While it does maintain it, it doesn't seem like it has that much of it. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting again. And now that I'm looking at it, I wonder if I thought that the Scipio's control room in the last match was the FTL drive. Because the Scipio's control room is at the front. Maybe not. In any case, it still died. Again, the Scipio gets cut in half, and the aft portion it's just point defense. Can't really, its cannons are down, one of the cannons is still up, but it doesn't look like it's gonna do that much damage. That being said, I have been wrong before. Let's just see how this plays out. Okay, so the Scipio seems to be disarmed. Nope, it still has a couple of cannons, but it does not have flight capabilities. Let's speed this up and see. I think the Mantis is just maintaining its distance. Yep, indeed. Now it proves its supremacy. The Scipio loses its command center, and it is down. That was amazing. That was amazing. Mr. Electric, wonderful design. Thank you very much for playing. Cosmic Horror with the Mantis 4. Congratulations, you move on to round 2. Round 2 of the War for the Cosmos Tournament Millionaire Edition. Quarterfinals, we have Scatterbot versus Portuguese ship Madriad versus Filipe Vieira. No introductions necessary. Go! Go faster! There you go. Alright, that's good enough. Let's see how Scatterbot holds up to this unrelenting carnage from the Portuguese ship! Oh! Indeed, that alpha strike from the Portuguese ship is just lethal. And it does have such wonderful fire control, but it is exposing its flank. It is exposing its flank. Very dangerous. And its control room is in danger. Half its reactors go down from one of Scatterbot's minions, I believe. Oh, I don't think... Yep. Oh, the Portuguese ship is floating now. It does have firing capabilities. It does need to be disarmed by the Scatterbot, but it can't really point its weapons towards it. It just really can't. And once those reactors go down, those weapons won't really do much good anyway. No remaining point defense. Yep. The Portuguese ship doesn't seem to quite hold up to the Scatterbot, which always seems to have at least one minion kind of limping along with lots of wireframes visible and just structural integrity at a bare minimum. Yep, I'm calling it for the Scatterbot. Restart battle. Swap seats. Let's see how it plays out the second time around. Ooh, I do like the Portuguese ship's design and front-facing weapons capabilities, but the Scatterbot's tactic choice does seem to be superior. It just seems to. The Portuguese ship has to turn all the way to actually target any one of these little let's call them spawns from the Scatterbot, while the Scatterbot's main ship can just stand back and whittle away at the adversary with missiles. Although it isn't doing it. It is not doing it for some reason. It seems to have become confused. The Scatterbot was confussed. And now the Portuguese ship turning things around. Or will it? Nope. Both ships are dead and commandless. Oh, the Scatterbot still has command, still has firing, still has flight capabilities. We gotta play this out for a little bit, but if the Scatterbot's minion manages to just hold its distance and whittle away at the Portuguese ship, I'm gonna call it for Scatterbot again. Well, if we played this out for long enough, I believe it's sure that the Portuguese ship would be disarmed. I'm calling it Scatterbot. Victory is yours. Yep, there it goes. Another row of reactors and a bunch of fires. Philippe Vieira, thank you very much for playing. It was a very interesting match. Scatterbot from Madriad, you move on to round 2. Second round of the quarterfinals of the War for the Cosmos Tournament Millionaire Edition. We have the Erasmus by Teg versus the WD-40 by Hallander. Let's go. And let's go a bit faster. Just start shooting at each other. There you go. How will the WD-40 cope with this unrelenting barrage of shield annihilating electro bolts and cannons? Does not seem to be coping well. Does not seem to be coping well. well at all. Yep. The Erasmus just gets absolutely shredded. Alright. I think we're gonna restart and swap. Go. There is somewhat of a budget difference here from the WD-40 to the Erasmus, but I believe there was some before between the WD-40 and the Smile from NSA, and the WD-40 still managed to win. So budget isn't everything, but in this case, when budget means more cannons firing at the same time, it does seem to mean a lot. Oh. Yep, just... wow. The Erasmus just making a point. And that's it. The Erasmus wins. Tech, you move on to the semi-finals. Finals. Halander, thank you so much for playing. I'm afraid this is goodbye. Third match of the quarterfinals, a two-headed Cerberus versus a wall. Stout Gaming's Vindictor versus Tarek's Britnot. Go! And go faster. Faster, faster. Alright, close enough. Let's see how the Vindictor manages to hold up. It should, keyword here being should, take on the brunt of this mad assault pretty well. Lots of armor, lots of shields, but it's just so many cannons. The Vindictor is just disemboweled. Alright, I'm calling it for the Bricknot. Whew! Let's go to round 2. Go! And go faster. Let's see how this plays out. Again, doesn't look promising. Doesn't look promising for the Vindictor. It's just too many cannons. That ought to be the Bricknot's name. Too many cannons. Just look at that. Just an unrelenting barrage of death and destruction. It's like a loaf of bread without the squishy inner bits. Stout Gaming, thank you very much. Your design was really interesting, very strong, but apparently the simplicity of all the cannons managed to beat it. Tarek, congratulations, you move on to the semifinals. Last bout of the quarterfinals, we have Creeper Industries Zantian versus Cosmic Horrors Mantis 4. Go! And even though the Zantian is very heavily armored, I have to put my money on the Mantis 4 just for the unrelenting beating it managed to take from Mr. Electric's Scipio and still come out ahead. It's amazing the insane beating this ship can take. It's already whittling away at the Zantian, and she isn't really managing to return in the same measure. Let's see how it plays out. It's not looking good. It is not looking good. The Zantian would have benefited here from a few more shields. That would have prevented the Mantis 4's ion beams from actually digging into it. But there you go, you have to make choices, and more armor is a reasonable choice. It's just, it doesn't seem like it's holding up. Now it's just 2 cannons at a time, and it's not turning around for some reason. Maybe it's because it still has that, it still has ammo on that side. I'm not entirely sure, but the Mantis is taking on that assault with some ease. Let's just speed this up here. There you go. The Xanthian is now turning. Let's see if it manages to punch a hole into something important. I don't think it will. You can see it's hitting stuff, but it's hitting the spikes on the Mantis 4. That's why those spikes are there. Unless you hit it like precisely dead on, you're gonna hit armor. That's pretty much it. And it's a lot of armor. Like, if you... whichever angle you catch this at. Oh, and there goes the Xanthian's, I believe, control center. Yep. It is now just a floaty bit in space with the cannon. The Xanthian is down. And the Mantis 4 wins the first round. Let's see if the results can be reproduced. Go! And speed it up for the first half. Alright, here we go. Second bout. Yep, those ion beams just can't quite dish out enough damage. And there you have it. A couple of missiles and 1 shield generator already down, but now the Xanthian manages a full-on volley, which can't really put too much pain on the Mantis. See, it's all still there. The Mantis still has... I was looking at... Oh, these are interesting little aesthetic choices, I believe. Yeah, but the Mantis is still fine at the edge. Lots of shields, lots of armor, while the Xanthian is just getting slowly, little by little, getting pieces of armor melted off it. Yep, I think this is the Mantises again. I'm saying Mantis weird, aren't I? I should be saying Mantis. I default to Mantis for some reason. Must be the old Latin classes just doing their work. It does sound like Latin, the Mantis. Alright, let's speed this up. Where's the control room? Control room starting to get somewhat exposed. I think I'm gonna have to decrease the game volume here. Okay. Xanthian is down. Yep, indeed. Indeed, the Xanthian is down. Creeper Industry, thank you very much. It was a very interesting design. Thank you for your submission, but I'm afraid it's goodbye. Cosmic Horror, you and the Mantis 4 move on to the semifinals. Cosmoteer's War for the Cosmos Tournament semifinals, and the match I am eager to see how it plays out. Madriad Scatterbot versus Tegs Erasmus, the Wall versus the Minions. Let's go. This time with less in-game volume. Let's go, troopers. How will the Scatterbot cope with this insane barrage of fire, death, and mayhem from the Erasmus? It seems to be coping fairly well, and indeed its missiles are already digging into the Erasmus' most tender undersides. Dear Lord, that is a lot of missile capabilities, but the Erasmus also has a lot of point defense. There are no minions left, so I'm afraid of what this means. Let's see how this plays out. I'm gonna play it out for a while. Well, it would appear that this is going to be a draw. Let's see if it happens again. It would appear that this time the scatterbot isn't maintaining its distance. However, it does have a minion whittling away at the Erasmus back there. Does have point defense. And this little scatterbot... this little scatterbot seems to be holding... it seems to be holding its distance. It's gonna be another draw. Alright, I'm gonna keep at it until something happens. Well, it does look like the Erasmus won this one, because the scatterbot does not have weapons. Does not have much of anything, really. One for the Erasmus. That was a close match. Alright, let's restart swap and see how these two go. I am keeping this at twice the speed because there's a very high likelihood of a draw, so I don't want to sit here forever. Indeed, it looks like this time around we will see another draw. Yep, the scatterbot has a couple of minions floating around outside the Erasmus's weapon range. The main body of the ship, for some reason, is beyond its firing limits, its firing range. So that's another draw. All right, let's see what happens next. Ooh, it looks like this one's gonna be the scatterbots. It looks like it's gonna be the scatterbots. It is the scatterbots. Oh. Wow. All right. Let's go for the tiebreaker then. This is gonna be interesting. Unless it's a draw again, in which case it won't really be interesting. Oh, but I mean, if the scatterbot's main body maintains its firing, it might actually manage to overwhelm the Erasmus's defenses, but doesn't look like that was the case now. Yep, indeed, another tie. Oh! One missile got through. It looks like the scatterbot might actually be able to go past the point defense on the Erasmus. And now it doesn't look like that anymore. Sometimes it hits, but it's just not enough to put in enough damage. Yep, calling it a tie. Well, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't call this a tie, because it is managing to sometimes break through those defenses. It's just that even with a full-on volley, the Erasmus manages to get rid of the missiles. The point defense seems to take care of it. It's like there's an angle or something, a very specific angle, where if the missiles come from there, the Erasmus can't quite cope. Now we have fires on the Erasmus. I wonder if this will mean the Scatterbot's victory. I wonder. I am not seeing crewmen. Oh! What a mistake. What a mistake, Tag. No fire control means fires spread. Ah, there you go. I thought I was looking at the I thought I was looking at the inside of the ship. I don't know why. Looking at it from here. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. We do have crew members hard at work getting rid of those fires, but little by little we do in fact see the Scatterbot penetrating the Erasmus's defenses. Oh, there goes another big chunk of the Erasmus, and the Erasmus is not managing to point its front towards the Scatterbot's main ship, and it's now getting whittled away at the side, which is segmented. Remember this, folks, this segmentation of your ships is very helpful. It is a very strong design choice. Still, it's the missiles are just too constant now. Kudos on this design for the Scatterbot. It really maintains its rate of fire throughout the whole match. Very, very well designed indeed. And the Erasmus is now in trouble. The Erasmus is in trouble. There goes the point defense on the Erasmus. There it goes. This one won't be able to run for much longer. This might just be it for Tech. Wow, that was violent. And the Erasmus control room is on fire. Somebody's putting it out. Oh! Okay, Tech, that was a wonderful design in the end. The Scatterbot's running tactics got the best of it. Very hard fought. Well done, both of you. Tag, I'm afraid this is goodbye. Madriad, the Scatterbot, moves on to the finals. Last match of the semifinals for the War for the Cosmos Tournament Millionaire Edition. It's the Bricknaut versus the Mantis by Tarek and Cosmic Horror. Yes, autosave please. Let's go. Wall of Death versus the Brawler. How will this play out? I am going to bet on Wall of Death. For this one, I am fairly certain the Brignaut has what it takes to deal with the insane amounts of armor on the Mantis, and indeed, you can see that. Yes, indeed. My lord. Alright, I'm calling it for the Brignaut by Tarek. Let's swap them around and see if we get the same results. Let's just get rid of this. And let's focus on the Mantis this time around. That is very strong volley. But yeah. It's just too many cannons. It's... oh! I can't even... okay. Brignaut making its point yet again. Cosmic Horror, thank you so much for the Mantis design. It was wonderful, but I'm afraid this is goodbye. Tarek, you with the Brignaut move on to the finals versus Scatterbot. Stick around. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the War for the Cosmos Tournament Millionaire Edition Finals. We have Madriad Scatterbot versus Taurex Brignaut. This is gonna be a fun match. Go. The Wall of Death has proven time and again it can chew through anything that comes across its path. The Scatterbot, I was gonna call it the Brigbot. The Scatterbot just resilience personified. It just withstands that alpha strike, then leans back and pummels the target with missiles endlessly. How will this play out? I have a feeling it's gonna play out similarly to the last match, which is gonna be lots of draws until somebody caves, and I'm gonna be here to record it. Although I am noticing that the Brignaut does not have point defense at the back. Something that didn't happen with the other Wall of Death, which means this guy is susceptible to rear end damage. Giggity. How will this play out? I think the Brignaut's a goner. I think this design choice or flaw will cost the Brignaut the championship, or the tournament in this case. Terrible, knowing that, I mean, there is an amazing prize for this tournament. You do not want to lose it when just for not putting point defense at the rear of your ship. I mean, bragging rights you don't win in just any tournament. It has to be the War for the Cosmos tournament. Only here do you get the full bragging rights of being the tournament champion. We're gonna have to wait this out, aren't we? Okay, the Brignaut's starting to feel the hurt. It's all but, nope, it is actually sliced in half. Well, roughly in half. The command room is on this side, so this is the dangerous end. Although this side still has a ton of cannons and ammo if you happen to come across it. Yikes. Let's see how, oh dear. The Scatterbot is letting itself be within range of the Brignaut's weapon system, and it is taking on a pounding. Oh! Is this actually happening? No! The Scatterbot is down for the count! The little minion is also within weapons range. The Scatterbot threw the match. The AI just cannot cope with complex designs. This is what we're learning. The wall of death wins the first round. What will happen in the second one? Restart, swap, and go. Go faster, but still go. Alright, let's see where this Alpha Strike leads. No severe damage from the Alpha Strike, although the main weapon, the main portion of the Scatterbot is still... Yep, it's maintaining distance now. It is maintaining distance, and now we have... Well, this minion's a goner. We have this minion here, which is completely on fire. Yikes. Okay. So we have just the main body of the Scatterbot. Fully functional against a fully functional wall of death. I'm gonna speed this up here for a while and see if this is a tie or not. The point defense doesn't seem to be taking care of all the missiles, but the shields do regenerate, so let's just see how this plays out for a bit. Well, I think we get the point. Let's just help these guys out here. Wait. Yeah, nope. Nope, definitely nope. Kills by boredom don't count. Restart and swap. Go! Go faster during this stage. And there you have it. Alright. Let's see what happens. So one of the minions is down. Probably two. That's gonna be three. And one of them still up. Main body of the Scatterbot retreats to a safe distance. And... the missile boat. The missile dinghy is still up. The Scatterbot's missile minion. Missile dinghy. Let's call it the missile dinghy. Indeed, it is. She is a cute little bugger, ain't he? Ain't she? I think it's only a matter of time for the brick knot. Yep. The little dinghy's cannons are slowly but surely whittling away at its rear armor. Let's see how it plays out. The problem is, as soon as the brick knot gets chopped in half, one of those halves is gonna just start floating away, and the main body of the Scatterbot can then try to target it and track it, and thus getting itself in range of the rest of the weaponry from the brick knot. So, yep, there goes a significant chunk of the brick knot. This bit's still alive. Let's see if this bit is actually gonna hurt the little dinghy. I don't think so. Don't believe so. Yep, the dinghy is maintaining its tracking towards the actual main portion of the ship, which seems to be getting its bridge cut off. Indeed, the Scatterbot needs only survive for long enough to actually see the command center explode. Yep, and now just whittle away. Whittle, whittle, whittle. And it looks like we have our champion. Yep. Oh, whoa, easy there, big fella. You almost threw the match there. You almost threw the match. The Scatterbot getting way too close for comfort for a split second there. The AI realizing I'm artificial, but I am not that stupid. And there you have it. Well, for some reason in the middle of all those draws and back and forth, I thought that the Scatterbot had taken the win, but no, it's one for the brick knot, one for the Scatterbot. This unless it's another tie, which is a possibility. I think I'm editing out a couple of ties here. Will decide the match. Let's see who takes it home, gentlemen. Again, the wall of death just pounds a couple of minions into oblivion, takes a few missiles to its flanks, and engages in pursuit. One of the minions really... Oh, it doesn't have a control room, so it manages to get a couple of shots off. But this looks like... Let's put the auto cam here. This looks like another draw, doesn't it? Looks like it. I'm gonna play this out for a bit, make sure. Yep, I guess we have one more draw in our hands. So, let's restart, swap them over, and go. This all comes down to the Scatterbot's minions. If one of them survives, the Scatterbot will be able to take down the Bricknot. But I think what we're essentially seeing is that the Bricknot is completely dependent on the Scatterbot's tactics. Right now, the Scatterbot lost. Well, maybe it didn't, but the main ship is down. It got too close and went down, and now the little minions are doing their work. Let's see if this minion manages to keep its distance. It might be a draw again. Let's see. No fires on the Scatterbot, so everything is hunky-dory there. And this minion does not have the required firepower to take it out, does it? I'm gonna play this out for a bit again and see if maybe it can't get a couple of missiles through the Bricknot in here, but essentially, not good enough on either part. Nope, calling it another draw. The minion cannot get its missiles into that little portion there. It's just not aiming for it. Alright, restart and go. Well, there you go. Remember that, remember what I said about the Evander Holyfield versus Ruiz match? That was not the most exciting match of boxing I've ever seen, not by a long shot. It was extremely violent, but in the end, it just meant that, yeah, just two trucks crashing into each other constantly. And I think the Bricknot this time around has met its match for one reason alone, because it didn't have point defense at the back. The Scatterbot's minion this time around survived, got around the back. The Bricknot has its command center down, and it is just floating there. This was really interesting. Extremely interesting. The raw firepower of a wall of death can be absolutely devastating, and it can really tear to shreds pretty much anything you put in its path. But if you can withstand that initial contact, which the Scatterbot does, this design, the wall of death, just doesn't have the necessary flexibility to deal with chunks of another ship floating around, and I do believe we're ready to call it. Tarek, your design was amazing. Thank you very much for sharing it with all of us. Madriad, the Scatterbot, takes home the prize, the grand prize, gloating rights as the winner of the War for the Cosmos tournament. Congratulations, Madriad. Congratulations, Scatterbot. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a hand to our semi-finalists Tag with the Erasmus and Cosmic Horror with the Mantis 4. Thank you so much for playing, gentlemen, but you had to give way to Tarek with the Brick Knot, who by himself had to face the horrors of Madriad's Scatterbot. Undefeated! This little bugger just would not go down! Congratulations, Madriad! Your Scatterbot design has come through and won the War for the Cosmos Millionaire Edition tournament. Thank you all for participating. I hope you had a great time, and we'll see you in the next tournament class.